Jeanette, we know you're a professor here at Trine, and we know that you spend a lot of time at the shelter. I think we call you the cat whisperer.
That's a nicer nickname than the cat lady, which I have also been called.
So tell us a little bit how long you've been at the shelter volunteering, how you got involved, and then maybe what you do.
Yeah, so I started back when they were at the old shelter, actually, and it was really exciting when they were able to move to the building and have a bit more room. And then it's been interesting. So over the past 4 years, they just have made a lot of use of that facility because, man, during kitten season, closets are full of kittens. They're everywhere. And so depends on the kind of cats they have. Which one would you like? They're all very sweet. I know. So I like to just go and play with the cats if they need attention. And sometimes the staff, they're really good at keeping an eye on the animals, despite the numbers that they often have. And so if they have cats who are feeling depressed or who've been there for too long or need extra attention, or cats that come in not as socialized, then I will spend a little extra time with them because the staff they stay busy just keeping things clean, keeping things healthy. And so I can give a little extra time to some of the more special cases, which is really fun. I mean, these guys, of course, don't need my help because you can see they're perfectly lovely.
Perfectly happy and ready to explore. And
love people, lots of purrs. So that's kind of what I tend to do there.
So tell us maybe a couple stories, some of your successes or maybe failures. Have you taken any cats home with you?
Yeah. So I always like the easiest ones to deal with are the tiny little kittens that come in a feral, because usually if you spend like an hour with them, they decide like, oh wait, this is pretty nice, right? Food, water, snuggles, I can get used to this. But I did have a fail with my cat, Sai, who I brought home. So he had come into the shelter, it was about 2 years ago, as a feral, and he was a little older cat, and he just would not get used to people. And once you got him, he was held him, he was fine, but man, for like 3 months, anytime anyone would go to hold him, he'd just run. So he ended up coming home with me once we found out he also had an umbilical hernia and some other stuff. I was like, okay, this cat's never getting adopted. And he's, blossomed at home where he's like nice and safe. And that's the thing I think that's nice to remember when you go to adopt from the shelter is that sometimes you want a particular kind of cat and a cat is that way at the shelter, but when they get to your house, they might become more comfortable and then their personality shows a bit more. So it's kind of a fun process in getting to know the cat that you've adopted as they become a bit more comfortable with you in your house.
I hope that little meow got picked up on our microphone. That was so sweet.
So Sai was my failure, but also success because he's very sweet.
So Jelaine, if somebody else wanted to come in and become a cat whisperer at the shelter, what would they need to do?
Well, I think we should probably have them mentor with Jeanette, but no. Especially, the cats, the older cats, they tend to stay there longer because everybody wants the little kittens. So we have a lot of people that come in and they just go in and brush them or just care for them. Mm-hmm. So if anybody has hour, anytime to do that, that's great too. For dogs, we do require a dog walking class, but if you want to come in and give them pup cups, we had some kids do that a few weeks ago and they loved it. So the kids and the dogs. So that was pretty fun. But we also need people to help us clean with the amount of cats that we have right now and the way we have them, kind of separated from each other to reduce the sickness. It does take longer to clean, and we try to be very thorough with cleaning the entire kennel. So.
Well, you just had a young lady come in and clean as part of a birthday present she received from her mom. So Aaron and Merritt Kohler, they're also professors and tennis coaches here at Trine University, and that's what their daughter wanted for her birthday. So Aaron and her came in and they cleaned out cat kennels, and we're hoping to get them back again to do some work like that. And then maybe Merrick to allow her to adopt the dog that she wants
There you
at
go.
some point.
I'm
Just
sure we can work
saying.
something out.